what did we talk about yesterday? So American Eagle dropped a new ad,
They did.
and a lot of people are going up in arms over it because they feel like it's a white supremacy ad.
I think it is.
Why do you think so?
I'm not going to say like straight up white supremacy, but I think they were being shady when they did it. And I think they're very aware of what they were implying.
You think dog whistle?
I think when we hear terms like white supremacy, we immediately go to like KKK, white hoods.
Well, some people, yeah. I was about to say, no, white supremacy for me is just white racism. Like white people thinking they're the superior race.
So seeing that ad, how could you then not think that this was that? Because there was multiple comments made about good genes, genetics from her parents, the blonde hair, the blue eyes, the small frame. Like, how could you see that ad and not think that she was implying that people that look like her are not better than other people? Like if Baby Fat were to do an ad like that back in the day, or Darion did an ad like that, or Apple Bottom did an ad like that, it would all hell would break loose.
Don't we do that anyway?
Who?
We do like Black is Beautiful. Like we do that. We do ads like that all the time, don't we?
Do we?
Don't yeah.
Where?
I can't like come up off the rip, but I'm positive I've heard like
I think
commercials
when you have
definitely
a
saying
brand,
Black is beautiful.
I feel
Black
like
is,
just like we are allowed to make ads that definitely uplift and empower our people, everybody else is going to do it too.
And nobody's saying that they can't make an ad that uplifts and empowers. And I think that's where we get into this divide. The issue isn't uplifting. The issue is you're specifically saying, I am better because I appear this way, while wearing a brand that is specifically made for and targeting a specific demographic. Because when you go in there, like I worked for Hollister, I worked for Abercrombie, I received a settlement check because they were lying and forcing us to buy their clothes. Mm-hmm. They've always discriminated against specific body types. I think because they're not out like Lululemon saying specifically, I created this brand so that X people wouldn't be able to pronounce it. But when your clothes are this big and you're saying that this is a size 14 and you know that that's not, or it's this big and you're saying that that's a 6 and those are your plus size clothes, and then you have this very tiny woman with blonde hair, blue eyes, talking about good genes and making the comment about genetics, I think you know exactly what you're doing. And yes, you have every right to do that, but people also have every right to call you out on it. And I don't think that you can throw rocks and then hide your hand and then play like, oh, poor me. Now people don't want to shop, because now you have Old Navy stepping up. You have other companies stepping up and saying, you know what, if that's who they want to target, that's fine, but we're inclusive. So I don't think it's necessarily a white-black thing. I think with politics right now and everything that's going on right now, they took advantage of the hate train and created this ad that they thought that would be socially acceptable based on the times. Mm-hmm. And now they're trying to go back and say, oh, well, we're just prideful in who we are. And that wasn't the case.
I would say, let's say, what's that girl name off of Bear? Let's say Ayo Edebiri. Let's say she does the same ad. Mm-hmm. Says the same thing, and then let's say she was actually lined up after Sydney Sweeney and said the exact same thing. Not to say she got the
You're breast. Talking about the skinny black girl with the braids in the show.
Let's say she was on the same, and she did the same type of ad on the next run. Would we be having this conversation? Let's say
they would never allow her to do that.
Let's say all the rhetoric was not even made. Like, it just went to the next commercial and she did the same thing. Would we be having this conversation?
I think so, because you also have to think, like, right now, Sydney Sweeney is selling her bath water to men.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney is also portraying this Sabrina Carpenter, blonde hair, blue eyes, catering to men, woe is me, 50s look of just innocence and sweet. They know what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And to your point of like, okay, black people have the my black is beautiful. That's because of things like this insinuating that black features are not beautiful so that we get work done, shrink our nose, shrink our lips, shrink our bodies, just so that on the other side, the other women can enhance their features to those that we're paying to stop having. So I think we have to have those commercials to instill in our children and instill in other people that no, like everybody around you wants to make you feel uncomfortable, but you are beautiful. So I think the black is beautiful is in retaliation to being made to feel like we're less than.
No, we have.
They're just coming out and saying I'm the best.
We have to absolutely make those commercials until we are equal in terms of just people, right? I mean, we are 16% of the country. We have to make these commercials regardless, right? Now, I can't say, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I'm not part of American Eagle, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that she said that her jeans were great. I don't think she said her jeans were better. I don't think she said they were the best. I just think it was an ad. I know in this current climate, it's very triggering, right? Like we're going to look at everything that might not seem. So you think
it was just a normal marketing ad?
I think Sydney Sweetie is probably the biggest white girl in that space, and that is like, okay, let's just showcase her and just say she got great jeans. I mean, like you said, they're selling her bathwater. If she's getting her bathwater sold, saying that she has great jeans is not too far. Like, it's kind of like, I mean, niggas is buying her bathwater.
Didn't
like,
Erykah Badu sell her pussy candles? Like,
there's Gwyneth Paltrow sells her candles.
Yeah, so there's people all doing it. So I wouldn't really say that. Like,
I'm saying in regard to who they're peddling to.
Oh yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
I agree, because I get what you're saying, because I've seen a lot of comments of people saying that they worked with American Eagle. They've been around and they realize they feel like there's racial tension within that business.
1,000%.
And I never worked there. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I cannot. I've been inside the building. I've never
worked for them, but when you look at, just stop at a store, when you walk by and you see their plus size models, the mannequins do not reflect those of a plus size body.
But does that mean that they don't like black people?
You know I'm not saying that means that they like black. I'm breaking it down into what I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing that you're saying that you have plus size options, but the mannequins themselves are not plus size. The clothes themselves are not plus size. You're saying that you believe in diversity, equity, and inclusion. When you walk in, you don't see that. You don't see biracial people. You don't see black people. You don't see Indian people. You don't see Native Americans. You don't see Asian. You see white women and multiple shades of white women. You see them with blonde hair. You see them with brown hair. You see them with black hair. Did they at one point make a strive? I've seen a few lighter toned people here and there that are racially ambiguous and you don't really know what they are. Is that really a strive, or is that you're annoying me, let me throw this out here and give you what you want? So I think when you already have that very doubled down, I'm selling to who I'm selling to and that's it, and then you come out with this commercial, I think it's kind of like I said what I said.
I think it's it might be a miscommunication on their part, probably a hit and a miss, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to
I think they knew exactly what they were doing, and they thought that the Trump supporters were gonna yay, woo, this
the Trump supporters definitely said yay. I think that's mainly because of the responses. I think if it was just left alone, it would have been regular, but it's like the first, I didn't even see the commercial. I just heard about everybody talking about Sydney Sweeney and the commercial first, and then I started hearing the commentary on it, and then I seen their stocks rise up.
I saw their stocks drop 5%. And
then it rose up 17%. So,
I haven't seen them.
And that's the thing, is like, you see that, and that's mainly because the Trump supporters they now see, oh, this might actually be for us. You know what I'm saying? And so that kind of actually helped their business. But like I said, like, I had to look at it from both sides. I had to listen to both sides of the commentary. And like I said, like, listening to it, it's like, okay, I mean, Sydney Sweetie is like the biggest shit in Hollywood right now in terms of, you know what I'm saying, a young, the next young upcoming white girl, you know what I'm saying? And so you put her at the forefront of a commercial. You talk about her jeans. I mean, she, like I said, once again, in Hollywood's eyes, she is seen as the next big thing. So of course she's going to say,
I think there was a way to do the commercial without doing it like that.
Oh yeah, there's always different ways to do commercials.
All. I don't mind her. I don't mind the jeans. I feel like it was very pointed. It was very targeted. They knew what they were doing and they didn't care. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. We live in a country where you can do whatever you want, clearly with no repercussions. That's fine. But we as the people do not have to support you if we don't agree with it. And I think that's where it comes into play, where it's like, shut up and just deal with it. We did it, be quiet. But it's like, no, if people don't agree, the same way you could say what you want, people can say it, they don't agree.
Did they make a statement?
I don't think so. I think they tweeted and doubled down.
They doubled down. Like
they tweeted and was just basically like, she got good jeans.
Let's look at
this. No, they did say something, say everybody has great jeans.
They said jeans. They said we were talking about jeans. But however you interpret it, it got people talking about their brand, regardless of the fact.
That's a win. Yeah, that's a win.
And that's a win. It doesn't matter if we're racist. It doesn't matter if we're not. We're sizes, sexes, whatever.
We just
talking about our brand. You know what I mean? So it's like, it works for them. Now, being provocative will definitely get you clicks. Easy. Mm-hmm. Like we always say in the Kanye song, being provocative will always, Like if you can like toe the line and kind of like ride on top of whatever is going on currently, it's always going to get you clicks. I can see how it can be seen one way. I can see how it can be not seen that way either. It all comes down to like how people perceive things in the world. Like, do you feel like these things are attacking you, or do you feel like these things are not that big of a deal? I err on the side of it is what it is because I've never looked at American Eagle as a brand that was meant for me. There's plenty of brands like that though. A lot of luxury
Hollister, like you
brands
said,
aren't
yeah.
even luxury brands.
Yeah.
They don't want to sell to black people. Gucci, Louis, all that. They don't really want to sell to black people. Black people
I ain't
buy it.
gonna say they don't want to sell. It's just not for. I mean, we are. Majority of us are in the poverty line. We're not going to be their target audience. We don't have the funds as a whole.
I don't agree
to really
with
get
that.
there.
I don't agree with that at all. And I think to that point of they don't want to sell to us, I think they make it very clear when they're constantly caught selling fake bags that were returned by other people to black people at full price.
Yeah.
So no, it's very clear that certain brands do not want black people to buy their brand. And I think that's fine. I think brands should be open to say who they want to cater to. If you specifically do not want X people to wear your brand, and I've said this before, tell me so that I don't support you.
See, that's brand. That's like brand death. Like you'll kill your brand. Like if I came out and I said all I wanted to, I wouldn't. If
people
I started
are still
a brand,
buying Lululemon. It's all over.
Well,
people are still buying it.
Think about this. Everybody's not on the internet. That's the biggest thing.
Who makes songs about Lululemon?
Yeah, I don't know.
We do. It's not the brand's fault. It's ours. It's always
that new song.
It's mainly our fault.
That new girl, Lululemon.
Yeah.
On this, But they always talking about it. So it's like
we do that shit to ourselves every single fucking time.
You kill your brand if you tell people, "Oh, this brand is specifically for these people."
But I feel like
if I had a business, I am not going to market it specifically towards black people. I'm marketing it to everybody because everybody is a customer. I understand the premise of bringing in your own to help you support yourself, but I think that is a very limiting way to think. And I think we also,
I agree with you.
We also
1,000%.
expect each other to come out more than, the next person would. I think you should never try to specifically box yourself into saying you're only for black people because you're cutting yourself out on a potential market. Now, depending on what you're trying to sell, I mean, that's up in the air. If you saying black is, you saying we niggas or something on a shirt, you can't really sell that to white people. But I mean, maybe you need to rethink your brand too, because I don't know.
But I think every brand has a target demographic.
They do.
So all I'm saying is if you are a brand that specifically wants to target, like maybe you only sell maternity wear and that's what you do. That is a very specific target audience, and that's fine. But if you're saying this is who I want to sell to and that's it, don't be upset when other people are making comments, because the same way you can sell to who you want to, you have to be willing to accept that. That's all I'm saying. I don't care what brands do. I don't care what businesses do. That's why allegedly we live in the best country ever. You're allowed to do whatever you want. You're allowed to make your businesses and cater to whoever you want to. But with that being said, you cannot be backpedaling when people are calling you out for the BS that you're doing. And I think that's what we keep finding. People are like, oh, this is a great opportunity. I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna say what I want. I don't want you wearing my stuff. Target. And then, we didn't really want you guys anyway. We paid our creators less. We specifically didn't include people in our branding. We specifically didn't target these people. We don't want you to shop with us. We don't care if you shop with us. We're rolling back. Now you want to cry and meet with civil leaders to say, oh, what can we do? We didn't really mean it. No, you meant it. You didn't know that this would affect your business. That's the issue. You don't want us to shop with you. You don't want us to support you. You don't want us to wear your stuff, but you want our money. And that's where I think the issue is. If you don't want us, don't want us.
That's business.
And that's fine.
It's a lot of businesses that we probably still shop with that do not want our business. You know what I'm saying? It's just they cannot outwardly say that they don't want our business.
Tommy Hilfiger said it in the 90s and then put Aaliyah in his stuff. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But again,
some people are able to bridge over that gap, though. I mean,
say it and just.
But the worst part about all that shit is we as a culture forget and we still buy their shit.
That's why I'm glad that's Target. This Target is doubling down.
And
we're not doing it.
We will still shop at Target 5 years from now.
I mean, I foresee them going out of business. Target, I think, is one of the best.
They're not being hurt that bad.
They're being hurt.
They being hurt, but they're not being hurt that bad.
They lost over $1 billion. I don't see how they're going to do it. I don't see how they're going to do it.
They will be all right. They might close a few stores.
I feel like they're going to end up being like a Kmart.
Niggas is spending right now to go back.
I don't see it.
People, bruh, not everybody is partaking in boycotting.
I agree. A lot of people didn't even. I talked to my friend the other day. She had no clue that people were even boycotting Target.
So like that's the biggest thing.
But the people that do know, and the people that are refusing brand deals, I got a brand deal the other day that specifically said, "Hey, our product is only sold at Target. Are you okay with shopping there? Yes or no?" Like people are aware that influencers and people are saying absolutely not.
Target gonna fire somebody. They're gonna fire somebody high up. Let them go. Give them a good.
I don't think the brand will ever be what it was.
10 mil.
They're gonna put a nigga up there,
and then they're gonna put a black person. They're gonna do like what they did with Red Lobster. They're gonna put a black person up there, but like he's in charge.
Or VP. Somebody come out and they're like, hey guys,
and we gonna forget.
We back, baby.
we gonna be like, they're gonna be like Target.
Come on,
we are now introducing our fully black thought of brand, and it's like clothes that are all black culture and black this and black that. Boom. Come back, please.
And I see all of that happening, but I don't think that they'll ever come back as the brand that we knew.
I think
Target was the elevated Walmart. Target was.
There's nobody.
You
taking
walk
their
in
place.
and spend $5 and you're spending $500.
Nobody's taking their place.
People have found it.
What is replacing Target? Would you go to Kohl's? You can't get food at Kohl's.
The food at Target really wasn't that great if we're going to be real.
Some people loved it.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, you have
They had some honey soy ginger chicken that I used to fuck with. They got rid of it though before this whole thing happened.
Baptized for like, shit.
They just have a higher quality. There has to be a replacement.
They're on eBay now for like $2.
Oh, for $2? Don't tell me
that's
that.
crazy. But
yeah, Target is selling their stuff on eBay right now. Like, it's that bad.
That's crazy.
I think this conversation is interesting, and we definitely gonna get into more of these types of thoughts with today's topic. But welcome to The Bridge, ATL. I'm your host, Ty, and with me, as always, we have Kell.
Yo.
And we have Ashley.
Hello.
And as you guys already heard, we were talking about like a lot of different things going on, but these topics kind of hit on the bigger topic of the day, which is wokeness. Now, we've been saying we had a woke episode we was going to put out, but we've decided that at this point in time, that episode might be outdated because there's been so many developments in the woke world. All right. So before we get into this episode, make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. If you're here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you watch this podcast. Comment. Let us know what you think. We want to talk to y'all. So definitely sound off in the comments. But with wokeness, I want to get started with, like we did in the previous episode, which you guys would not have seen, but I want to talk about what woke is to each of y'all first, and then we can get into like what it is, what it was, and what it's evolved into.
Woke, y'all to turn this word. I don't know where y'all got this from, yo. No, actually, I do know where y'all got this from. Woke to us was literally like saying, hey, I see something that most people might not see. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be, look, I'm woke because I get up at 6 a.m. and I work out. Like that, you could have said that 10, 15, 20 years ago, and we would have understood what they was talking about. Like they're just saying, hey, I'm moving more healthy, and people aren't doing it that way. Now woke is seen as, what is it, anti-military and shit like that? Like
woke is seen as anti-everything. Like now,
which is crazy.
Woke is just anti.
Being woke just is anything that 20 years ago was acceptable is no longer acceptable. So
woke has become a catch-all.
Woke to me is literally, and I mean literally, the alt-right playing in our face, trying to twist the word that we use and trying to use it for their personal agenda to say that we are against everything that they got going on. And that's the problem. I think woke became a big thing when Colin Kaepernick took a knee to say that black people aren't being treated fairly in America.
I don't even think that was a woke moment.
And it wasn't. And people twisted it and tried to say that he was anti-military, anti the flag.
Anti the country was what they were saying. He's anti-American.
Which is insane. We are, black people understand we are American. But we're not going to sit here. But if we see things happen in our community that is not necessarily for us, that we see personally, like I'm talking about redlining in our communities, gentrification, which destroys a lot of the culture in our communities. Of course, we're going to be upset because you're changing the tradition, which y'all hate when people change y'all traditions and shit. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to speak up about it. So it's weird when what is it? What
it's cool when you do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Exactly. So it's like, come on, bro. Like it's literally the same thing. But y'all want to twist it and say that we're saying something else. That's the problem. So get right. I mean, I don't know what to tell y'all. Woke is not what y'all are trying to make it to be. It will never be to us what y'all think it is. And it shouldn't be what it is right now anyway, because now it is spilled all over in every single form of media. I'm hearing woke in gaming communities. Like, what kind of shit is that?
It's just a catch-all term. Like for me back in the day, woke was like the Erykah Badu's, the like
Yeah.
saging, the one
NDREs.
with the world, the just you're noticing everything, a little bit of conspiracy theory here and there sprinkled in.
Copper necklaces, you know what I'm saying? Mood
Yeah,
rings and
like
shit.
grounding, stand and be one with the earth. Like it was given the woo, the holistic. Like
Third eye.
don't stand in front of the microwave. Like you're gonna get cancer. Like be aware. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of just like being aware of your body and your surroundings and what was going on. And like, are you aware that the government is trying to poison us? Are you aware that, you know, our feminine products are causing cancer? It was things that we knew, but it's just like, oh my gosh, like, no, our government would never. And it's like, wake up. Like, wake up. This is what's happening. Now, fast forward 25 years later, all of those things are very much true and studies are coming out and it's not so woo-woo. It's not so wild to be like, you know, having your phone on your lap could cause you to be sterile, or standing in front of the microwave might not be helpful, or it is good to go outside and get some fresh air and not sit in front of your computer screen or sit in front of your phone all day. Now I feel like woke, DEI has all become a catch-all for just inclusivity. And I feel like people are using that to say, like, if you watch a TV show right now, it's all forced. You're going to see someone in there that's gay. You're going to see someone that's transgender. You're going to see a black couple and a white couple. And you're going to see some different ethnicities thrown in there that have nothing to do with the storyline. But we're trying to check all these boxes and ensure that we're not offending anybody to be woke. And that's where I think the wokeness has become just this catch-all title to just mean don't offend anybody. So if you're like, hey, you know, like that's offensive, I don't appreciate that. Oh, you're woke. You know, oh, I'm a woman and I got hired, you're a DEI hire. Like everything is DEI. So I think DEI and woke, no one knows the definition and it's just become a catch-all to mean black or racist or whatever falls into that.
They turned the Superman movie into woke. We went from saging, meditation, and drinking ginger tea to a Superman movie, bro. Like,
I do think if Superman had a color, he'd probably be black. I mean, he's powered by the sun. Like,
he'd probably be Hispanic.
You think?
Yeah.
Why?
He probably
be Aztec or some shit for real.
Yeah, something
like Mayan.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Like I think he'd probably fit because I mean, Superman is really more of been of an open allegory for immigration. He's an immigrant. He's from a planet. He's an alien on Earth. Like he's not like everyone else. You could overlay black people on him because
it gives me like
abilities.
The Starfire.
But yeah, like you know, it's just they you can really overlay a lot of races over him. But he's supposed to be like an immigrant, a person who is not from this country, who does everything, who's not from this world, who does everything selflessly for others. He's like the prime example of like what's good in people. Mm-hmm. And, you know, that's supposed to be the identity of him, right? But with the whole woke thing, you guys kind of hit it on the head, like with what woke used to be. Like y'all said, for me, it's always third eye open. If your third eye is open, you know, you're conscious of everything. You're conscious of how the spirits move and how these chakras are aligning with you, and
full moon meditation.
You know the phases of the moon and all that other stuff. You know, so that was woke, and they've taken that word to mean what you all have said. So many things. This is a catch-all. If a TV show or a movie previously showed a woman in a very suggestive manner, and now they're like correcting that, oh, it's woke. Or if there were like explicit sexual violent scenes in something, and they took them out, oh, it's woke. Or if there's any spectrum of sexuality represented, as soon as they say, instead of he and she, it's they and them, or if they call a he a she or a she a he, or whatever, it's woke. So woke has definitely transformed from social consciousness to everything that, like you said, anybody hates or feels offended about is just there. And I think it's interesting. I don't know when this shift happened. I think it happened before him.
It definitely happened before him. It was
first term?
Way before that.
Yeah. So all of this shit is a pipeline. It starts small. I seen something saying that Gamergate was a huge.
Gamergate was a
I
huge
don't
one.
even know
Yep.
what that is. What is
Gamergate
that?
was
You know more about it than I do. I think if you explain these folks, because
I don't have the full cliff notes on it, but
Sum it up.
that was like. No, I mean, I really don't have the full cliff notes on it. It's
it
been a
was
while
about
since
a girl.
happened.
It was about a girl. I think she made a game. She made a game, correct? And people didn't like the game. Well, no, the game was decent, but there was reviews about the game that kind of like, oh, it's a girl who made it, and it ain't gonna be all that, right? And so that kind of like blew everything up. This was during the pandemic, right? Or was it before that? No, it was way before that, right? That's the whole thing. I ain't gonna lie. He's about to bring up all the information because it's basically gamers had to. They basically attacked somebody that wasn't the regular gaming structure, which is I guess a white male, and attacked her for no reason, specifically just because she was a female. And so that kind of started a large discussion in the community about games and how they should be made and whatnot. And so
And you mean like games as far as like the bodies and the really like voluptuous?
Not even that, just creation, just in general, like what it is. Like a lot of the gaming industry was basically white males. You know what I'm saying? Like making these games or whatever, and just we had somebody new creating their own.
So she was
kind of game.
making a game.
So no, what it was all right. So Gamergate was an event that happened back in 2014. There was a woman. She was a media journalist.
Yeah,
and it was a targeted like online campaign of harassment from just the shit side of gamers. Like the what do they call it? There's a page on Reddit. It's called Circle Jerk. Gaming Circle Jerk.
Yeah.
It was basically those niggas. Those are like the incels, the racists, the bigots, all of them of gaming. Just in that type of sphere, all targeted this woman due to them believing that her position in gaming media was basically her benefiting off of the fact of her relationship with another woman who had made it up into gaming media. And so they were basically just shitting on her because of where she was in gaming. And they just targeted her because I think she had written something about like how detrimental there are certain tropes in video games surrounding women specifically that she just doesn't find very good. Like for instance, in video games in the past, when you have like a clothing system or armor, women would always have skimpier clothes.
Oh, for sure.
And men would if a medieval type game, a man will have a full knight's armor.
Full body armor.
But then a woman
has
will
a
have
bikini.
like a bikini. And
a sword.
Yeah, and a
and
thong
she's ready
or
for
something.
battle.
And
Right.
so that was part of it. I think it goes back further though than that. I think with these ideologies, a lot of them stem from religion, right? Mm-hmm. So back in the day when Grand Theft Auto was big, right? When it first came out, there was a huge like outcry of like, oh, there's violence in this game. This is not right. There's so many different things you can do in here. That's bad. And I think from those moments when games like that would come out, like Grand Theft Auto, maybe like Halo or Gears or anything very graphically violent or overly sexual, it was a small snowball effect that was just slowly gaining speed where people were like, well, the violence is bad. Well, the sexual content is bad. Well, the language is bad. Well, this is bad. Well, that is bad. And it just kind of bloomed into everything else where we see it in people talking about it in TV because in the past, a lot of people, especially religious people, would talk about in church. I remember they're going to put gay kids on the TV shows and they're going to put children who are homosexual doing this on the TV shows for the children. And that was like a huge concern. And I think that ideology jumped from them to these other groups, which I also think these groups are typically raised the same. A lot of them are raised with that similar religious background, so they probably heard it too. They might not be as religious as their parents were, but they took that ideology still, right? There's certain ideologies you still take. Everybody is not going to be the same as their parents, but they're still going to take those ideologies. So I think it just shifted. So the concern from parents back in the day kind of just shifted to their kids, and then their kids became adults, and these adults had their own kids, and it just kept growing and growing and
nice
growing.
Little trickle-down effect.
And now we have this whole anti-woke thing where people are longing for the days when everything was just this instead of being super socially conscious. And I can get that. I understand certain aspects of it, right? Not saying I support it, but I understand certain aspects because sometimes there are instances where they will force certain things into a show or a book or anything. But I also think it is misguided. I think people target the wrong things because at the end of the day, everything is going to be a rhetoric for what we're dealing with in the world today.
Right.
So
I think we need a happy medium because, like, I'm pretty sure you guys saw that they changed a lot of the Boondocks, and now there's like a warning before you watch it.
I didn't know they added a warning to the Boondocks. I know they did it to like Rush Hour.
Yeah, Rush Hour.
I know they've done it to a lot of Disney movies. Like Dumbo has a warning about, hey, this movie was made during a time when these views were acceptable. We do not support them. It's just these views are, because Dumbo is very Jim Crow-esque. Like it has crows that are basically allegories for black people.
I ain't know that.
You ain't know that? You ever seen Dumbo?
I've never seen Dumbo fully.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the crows are just...
A lot of the movies...
They just niggas? That's crazy, bro.
Have a lot of innuendos for other things. But I'm really big on... It's all a part of our history. And if we don't know what we've done and we can't see it, we're bound to
repeat it.
Repeat it, period. And that's why I get so upset with all of these... What are they called? Snowflakes? Like the very sensitive people now.
Oh.
Like there was a show on Netflix like Camp Snowflake or something. And it's just how everybody's just like very
sensitive,
overly sensitive. And when I think like we're all close in age, people were saying wild things like our entire lifetime. Obviously, we know that certain things aren't acceptable. Do I think they should go back and change movies? Absolutely not. I think that we have enough out here today that if you do not want to watch Dumbo from 1992 or whenever it came out, you do not have to. Like, there were so many shows and movies that, regardless of what we were going through during those times, were progressive and were ahead of their time. I feel like Degrassi was a very good show that was very ahead of its time, and it covered a bunch of stuff for things that people were going through. Netflix is bringing back the movie 13. As a young woman, when I was 13 and that movie, it came out, it was like, oh my God, this is crazy. The pregnancy pack movies. A lot of those movies now seem like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. But when you were growing up during those times, it was touching on to things that were occurring and that were very prevalent. Secret Life of an American Teenager. It was this really religious girl who had sex one time and got pregnant. And now she's a teen mom. Watching it as an adult, you're like, oh my God, Amy was so selfish. Like, she was just a brat and clearly wasn't ready to be a mom. But when you were a kid watching it, it was like, oh my gosh, this poor girl, da-da-da-da. Granted, you're at different stages in your life. Do I think these warnings need to be there? No. Do I think that people should be as sensitive? No. Find something else to watch. Or watch it and maybe ask questions like, why was this such a big thing? Why was this so prevalent? Like, I feel like we're going to kind of get back into those issues because now we're in the participation trophy. We're in the everybody wins. Everybody has an opinion. It's okay. I don't want to offend anybody. No, that's not real life. You're not going to get picked. You're not going to win. You're not going to be good at everything. People are mean. People suck, but there's nice people. There's fun stuff. Do I think the racism needs to come out? Absolutely. But does that mean that we just don't watch anything? Like, because now TV is so performative. Like, I can tell when the writers are in the room saying, okay, have we hit every demographic? Have we hit every box as far as what people identify as? Do we have a cisgender? Do we have a transgender? Do we have this? Do we have this? Do we have this? And it seems so forced to the storyline that watching it is exhausting because none of it is cohesive. None of it meshes. Why are we arguing about what color a fictitious character is every time something new drops? Superman, when Starfire was black on HBO, like, it's always something. And it's like, just watch the show. The Little Mermaid isn't white. It's a freaking mermaid. We don't know if mermaids are real. Who cares?
But see, it's
who cares?
With the sensitivity, the anti-woke thing is literally the other side. This is why both sides are very prevalent, is because instead of a happy medium, instead of that medium that we used to have, we have two sides that are extreme on both sides, right? You have the highly sensitive people, you have the highly anti-woke people, like they're intolerant. So they want like whatever to happen. They want you to be able to say this. They want they don't care about race or whatever. Well, they care about race. Like, they want their people to be represented, like the Nick Fuenteses and shit like that. Like, you have that side and you have the really sensitive side. There's a reason for all of this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that medium that we had, because the country's changing, is going to change. You know what I'm saying?
But
Just
is it because we
division.
still have The Simpsons, we still have Family Guy, we still have South Park? Like a lot of the staple shows that don't care and still put their stuff out. South Park's new episode.
South Park. So one thing I do want to point out, what woke is now is what people call PC, being politically correct. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. I couldn't remember what the term was, but being politically correct was like the big thing. South Park actually made fun of that. Yeah. Being PC. There was an episode with a principal. He was PC principal, and it was all crazy.
It was a hot mess.
But a lot of those shows, I think South Park is the only show that doubles down on their shit. Because
every time
they like,
everything
I don't
is
think
funny
they're
there.
like,
they don't really care. Everything is funny.
I don't think they're like trying to hurt any particular group, but they will attack people. Like they don't like Trump, and they make that known. Like that last episode,
it was
they
hilarious.
made that known.
I love that.
And then they're going to keep making it known because like they don't like them, like they don't fuck with them. So it makes sense, right? A lot of other shows though, they have dialed it back. Like Family Guy, I remember there was a point where Family Guy made a lot of gay jokes.
A lot.
At a certain point, they had an episode where they said, yeah, we're dialing back on those. They straight up said, yeah, we're not going to be making those jokes as much anymore.
The baby is gay. Stewie is gay.
But he's a baby.
Stewie
exactly, and that's
Rupert.
the whole joke in it, right? It's like he's a baby, so
baby.
Yeah.
So you know, but
I think that goes to play on the: are you born gay or are you made gay?
Yeah.
He comes from a straight family.
It's definitely
and
because
he's a gay baby.
It's making you ask that question of, can he be gay? He's a baby. He's like,
baby, yeah.
Are these real things he's doing? Babies do anything. They don't have a concept of gender really. So like, does it matter? So it's just a lot of, like I said, a lot of these shows have transitioned to a point where they understand the climate and they can't be as offensive as they may have used to be. Like we used to say words for like gay used to mean something completely different.
Anything. You would just be like, we have homework, that's gay.
Yeah. So
like what?
It's not that even relevant. Right? It has shifted or using the word retarded. You would use that more commonly. You can't even use spaz, which I think is really interesting because I never looked at that as a slur.
I said somebody was a ginger the other day, and my friend's kid informed me that is offensive now. And I think it's so funny because my cousins are gingers, like red hair, freckles. Like I was unaware.
Fun fact: isn't it South Park's fault that shit is a slur now? Because
gingers
kick a ginger day.
Probably.
And that was like banned in elementary schools like across the country. And so,
probably.
So they have to remove that word in elementary schools in general.
He told me, and I was trying so hard to be nice, but I'm like, what now? And like he explained it very nicely.
And it's gonna keep happening.
I'm just like, oh my Lord.
It's going to keep happening. Words are gonna keep becoming words that people don't want you to say because we grew up in an era. I think I put a lot of the blame on our generation. Because we were that generation. Yeah. We were that generation that grew up on all of these things. And we're also the generation that thought, hey, why do we say these things? It's kind of messed up to use the term gay to mean stupid or anything. I'm not saying that's something that I want to revert or anything or retarded or anything, but it's just at this point, I
think we took it too far. Our parents were very left. Mm-hmm. We were in the middle and we were like, okay, you know what? Whatever makes people happy, that's what we'll do. And when it became that, it was like people just started throwing things in the pie and we just kept accepting it all. So it's like, okay, well, I don't like this word. All right, cool, we won't use it. Well, then I don't like this word. Okay, then we won't use it. Well, I don't like this. And then it just became we accepted everything and didn't put our foot down. So now it's like, at what point, like gentle parenting? Like, at what point do you say, like, you can't gentle parent non-gentle kids?
I'm whooping their ass.
Like you can't agree to do everything. You cannot just, because you're not going to learn real life skills. If we give everybody a participation trophy all the time, what happens when you get that job and they tell you no? Now you're screaming everybody's a DEI candidate. And now you have a staff that's unqualified because you're just letting people do whatever they want. Because they said loud enough, this isn't fair. And it's just like, give them what they want. Give them what they want. And now we have a bunch of toddlers just getting whatever they want. It's crazy.
Like I said, when you want to be super woke, or you want to be super insensitive, you know what I'm saying? Like, or sensitive. When you want to be super sensitive, my bad. That's what I want to say. Super sensitive, right? You're gonna have the anti. You're gonna have the super non-sensitive. So you got to be careful about all the things that we want to be right or whatever, or we want to, be tolerable about. because the other side will come back in full force. It's a rebound. It's a rebound effect, and we're currently in that particular rebound effect where both sides are fighting each other because there is no medium. The medium
Because
is
at what
gone.
point do we put our foot down? Like,
The medium
at
is
what
gone.
point is everything not offensive? I feel like Rihanna in that one commercial where she was like trying to include everybody so she didn't get canceled. It's like, dang, like even as a woman, I feel like my rights are impeded upon to make other people feel better about themselves. And I'm just left over here like, well, you know, you have to appease everybody else. But at what cost?
Exactly.
Now I identify as a woman and you're telling me that I have to give myself all these other labels to accommodate everybody else. At what point is me just being me okay? Because now we've made everybody else feel like their voices matter more. So it's like, it's okay for me to not offend you, but you can offend me because we've allowed all these little things. Like it's where does it stop? Yep. And then where is it not woke? Where is it just common sense? Where is it like, okay, this is parenting. I'm not your friend. I'm not going to sit here and just allow you to run wild. You've ran wild long enough. Like there's a difference between right, wrong, accommodating, and just letting whatever happen. And I don't care what people do. I don't care what people want, but it has to make sense. Everybody cannot always win. Everybody cannot always get their own way.
It's never really going to make sense because, I mean, we're at a time specifically where information is growing, technology is evolving, and the media controls everything. And so when the media themselves don't even know what everybody wants because everybody's so different now, there's so many different sides.
I don't think people know what they want.
Hell no. Hell no. At all. So with that on top of it, the media is just throwing shit out there like, and they have to take their stance depending on what media they are. And so they're just throwing shit out there, just hoping something will catch, whether it's bad or good, whatever, right? To the point of American Eagle, they threw something out there. We don't know fully, truly, what they were trying to do.
I would love to see those marketing
but
notes.
we see both sides looking at it from different lens, and it caused confusion, caused division, because some people think one side is too sensitive about the commercial, and one side thinks the commercial is showing white pride, and people feel like white pride should be shown at some point, or it's okay.
Really, and I don't think and to that point, I don't think it should not be shown. Mm-hmm. Like that's not what I'm saying. If that was made as a white pride and be prideful in who you are, I love that for you. Mm-hmm. Do it. But don't get mad when people say, hey, this offended me. I'm not shopping with you. And that's where I think I get irritated, because it's like, I can say whatever I want and you have to take it, but you can't say that's fine. I just don't want to support it. Mm-hmm. Like, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you can say whatever you want, but at the same time, you have to accept that I can say whatever I want too. And that's where I think we get into this fake tennis match where it's like, I'm going to serve as hard as I can, but then when you serve hard back, whoa, slow down now. Slow down.
I just think that's one of those things that the internet took and kind of ran with. I think wokeness is really, like Kell said, there's two sides. It's really a term that I saw was a cultural fault line, like a schism between both sides. It's just something for people to just keep throwing shit into, especially. Like, I think one of the biggest problems with this woke conversation is social media.
Oh yeah.
I haven't really been a believer of it, but more and more, like I spend more time on social media just trying to understand it. And like there's an internet theory called the dead internet theory that over 50% of the internet is actually bots, and it's not even real people in traffic. And just looking at the responses and like the posts that people make and all of that, I'm inclined to agree. I don't think there's a lot of real people making these inflammatory thoughts, but there are a lot of real people picking it up and thinking, oh, this is true, let me go with it. And I think the internet is able to sway us one way or the other. And I think the wokeness thing was like with that whole Gamergate thing, and even before that with PC-ness and just kind of blowing it up, the internet kind of took it and just turned it into a fireball and just throws it everywhere, right? Now we live in a world where we have to have conversations like this where we talk about why both sides are angry at each other and why is everybody so sensitive and why is everybody so mad about everybody not being sensitive. And it's just a crazy.
I think the issue is always going to boil down to racism and one party wanting to be better than the other.
I think it's more than racism. I think it's all of the isms. Right, racism, sexism,
but I think
classism.
Racism will always play a role because it's such a sore subject, because it's still so prevalent in society today. So I think with the Sydney Sweeney, it's almost like, wow, they're really playing in our face. Like, out of all the people that you could get, out of all the scripts that she could say, this is what she's saying and this is what it is. So it's almost like the kicking you while you're down. And in today's climate, when you have U-Haul renting out their U-Hauls to white supremacists to throw things at people and intimidate people, and you have all of these different, you have ICE going and picking children up from school, and you have just the political climate where, look at our cabinet. Blonde hair, blue eyes, all women that are in their 20s that look like they're 50. But I mean, it's this vision of people that are thrown at us constantly that then you give them this platform, and it's a sore subject. And I think that's when people take it and run with it. So I feel like if we, and this will never happen, but if we could get past it and just look at people as people and not dissect every single little thing, then yes, it would have just been an advertisement and nobody would have cared. Because it just would have been like, okay, she said she has good jeans. She has jeans on. What's the issue? Beyonce had her Levi commercial. These people had theirs. Like, what's the issue? But I think it's all those nuances of trying to dig my heels in and keep saying I'm better than you and there's nothing you can do about it. And people are so sensitive to it that it just always comes up. And it's always that trying to prove who's better and trying to prove, well, I'm better than you. Well, I'm better than you. Instead of just producing an ad, instead of just doing the thing. And then we wouldn't have to think about it. We wouldn't have to be like, oh, is this double entendre? Like, what are they really trying to say? It would just be like, it's a freaking jean ad.
I mean, that's what I see there. I just see it as a jean ad. I mean, you either go American Eagle.
I didn't even get to see the jean ad. The first, I saw Sydney Sweeney, and then I saw racism, Hitler, this.
That's the thing. I think,
and then when I clicked on it, I saw 500 think tanks before I could even see the ad.
So that's the thing, because I had the exact same reaction when I first seen the commercial.
I'm like, what's going on?
But that's only and I realized it was only because I seen the reactions first before I even watched the fucking commercial.
And then when I saw the commercial, I was like, oh, I see what they're saying. Because I had all the context before the commercial. I think had I saw the commercial,
you
I just would have been like,
nobody would have cared.
I was so confused. I had to rewatch the commercial because in social media, we'll pick and choose what they put in.
Yeah.
So like when I first saw it, it was like the low voice and like, I have good jeans.
Well, how'd you say
I
it?
have great jeans. My mom and dad, my jeans. And it was just like, oh, okay, this is what they're talking about. Yeah, this is awkward for a jean commercial. Like, why are we playing eugenics on jeans? Like, this is odd. Then when I saw the whole commercial, I was like, oh yeah, this is weird. Had the girl, like, and then we're not even talking about the fact that she turned around, like, doesn't my butt look big? What butt? Like, it's just back. But, you know, to
she
each
had
his own.
The early 2000s butt.
She has the 2000s mean girl, fat girl body.
She got that early 2000s.
She's so small.
She had that 1980s cosmopolitan butt.
And when I saw people saying Sydney is playing, did you guys watch Euphoria?
Yeah.
They're saying she's playing her Euphoria role in real life. That was like such a good way to put it. Isn't her name Maddie on the show?
No.
I think, what is it?
Or Maddie was the Hispanic girl.
Was the girl. Yeah.
That she had
Maddie,
on her boyfriend.
She just got with her boyfriend.
What was her... Anyways, on the show, it was very much giving because she was very victim-esque. She did things and then was like, oh my God, why is everybody mad at me? Ooh, poor me. So I think it just it put gas on the fire. Like, girl, you knew exactly what you were doing. And I think that gave people even more to run on. But again, if we didn't have this issue of constantly trying to one-up one another and prove that one side is better than the other, this would have never been a thing. Beyonce had a very successful Levi commercial, walking in her jeans, closing she was at the laundromat, closing it and going about her day. Why did we have to bring in all these possible double entendres instead of, even if the girl would have got up, walked around and said, I have great jeans, look at my jeans, look at my butt, turned around and seen, we would not be having this conversation right now.
I just thought that...
But it was the extra sprinkles that gave people room to do the think talks and gave people room to put their conspiracy hats on and say, well, they don't have inclusivity. Well, they've never catered to us. Well, what are they trying to say out of all the people? So then it gives you a platform to stand on.
But see, I think that's another thing. I think like a lot of context was people who actually shopped there or worked there was a lot of the context. They were like, oh, American Eagle's always been racist, and it's like,
and that's all the tweets that I saw.
and I was like,
this isn't new for them.
As a person who has never like really been in them motherfuckers like that, I didn't. It's like when you look at so when you have no context or you don't buy American Eagle and you watch that commercial, what I seen was, like I said, when I had to watch it again and I removed all the context. It was literally that commercial was just sexualizing the shit out of her. That's all it was.
1,000%. Same thing they're doing with Sabrina
Carpenter. It literally
Carpenter.
starts with her like button them shits up. You know what I'm saying? Like she just put them on.
Very
and she's laying down, super. You know what I'm saying? Like she, about to get, you feel me? So you in there with her jeans on, and she's like, yeah, I got great jeans. And then she like turns her head. You know what I'm saying? So you see her face like full. It's like, yeah, it was just them showing Sydney Sweeney being in a very sexually.
And even that is draining to the woke thing. Like, how are we so sensitive yet all these ads right now are so hypersexualized?
Yeah.
Like, there was a phone commercial that was like placating on sex and something else. And I was watching it and I was like,
people want to go back to the days of those Hardee's ads where a chick with like big tits comes in and just bites a burger and it spills all over and it's like, eat Hardee's.
But at least that was hidden. This wasn't even that. Like, they were straight up
saying, like I get what you're saying.
I forgot that was a great that was an OG fantastic fucking commercial.
Or think about Beyonce, her checkup on that outfit, walking up, grabbing the Pepsi, bending over, cowboy boots.
Loved it.
Like, but
so
that
I know
was
you talked
tactful.
about her ad. There was people who had controversy around her ad too. I don't know if you knew that.
Because of her blonde hair and her...
No. They said it was an over-sexualized ad, and it's supposed to be a family ad.
All the ads are over-sexualized, in my opinion, right now. And I don't even have kids. It's draining to what... Like, are we selling burgers or are we selling sex? Are we selling jeans?
Sex is selling.
Sabrina Carpenter being walked like a dog for her
that's her whole identity.
It is, and it's crazy to me.
She literally submits herself as a sexual artist. Like, that's just her whole thing.
But her demographic and her audience is children.
Is it? Her music is not meant for children.
She just started getting in trouble. Sabrina Carpenter.
Her music is not meant for children. She did.
She's doing the Molly route.
So she started.
But her music is not meant for kids.
But the few concerts that I saw when she was throwing her little slick shots and making her little sexual comments, there were like 12-year-olds in the audience.
Oh yeah.
And she was trying. I think.
So you know what that sounds like? The parents are allowing their kids to go see this. They need to be more conscious of what their kids are listening to.
So I think it's similar to...
She be grinding on men and shit on her shows.
And that's what I was going to say. To the Miley thing, I think it's that break from Disney is really hard when you're trying to be an adult now and pivot your career, but you still have this tween following. And I think that instead of her just saying, it would have been smarter to do an interview and be like, you know what? I'm no longer catering to Disney Channel. Instead, she started sneaking those comments into the songs, and then parents are doing these think tanks like, oh my God, I had no clue where I was taking my child. I think she did it like mid-tour, was trying to like change her identity and who she was.
So what I think it is, I think... Like I still put the responsibility on the parents. It's
1,000%.
It's up to the parents to keep track of what you're allowing your kids to be exposed to. Yeah, I know you can't stop them from seeing everything, but you can still be aware. I've
never seen that girl look like she's catered to children in the last 2 years.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So what I also think though is that there is a pipeline for that, for like kid star to adult type themes and all that. And I think that pipeline, even corporate America or the business world, like they look at it as, we kind of have to do that because we want these children. If we can guarantee that these kids will fall into this demographic, we can keep selling them products because I think all of them like talk. So they're like, okay, so the Sabrina Carpenter fans, when she was on Disney, we have them. How do we keep them and guarantee that we'll have them when they become adults? Because if we can get them as adults, they'll spend even more money than they're spending right now.
Facts.
And so...
Because now it's the Britney and Christina.
Yeah,
because now you followed them up.
Part of it is like, dragging them along, but it's still crazy.
You don't, especially me, I didn't care about I ain't watching no Hannah Montana, you know what I'm saying? But when she was like doing all that, as soon as she started doing all that extra shit.
The Wrecking Ball.
I was definitely paying attention, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, she came from
I don't
where?
think there's any child star that I have really followed from Disney up into like adult acting or anything
Raven
like that.
Simone's very embarrassing right now.
Raven went off the deep end as soon as she jumped from Disney.
I think they tried to do it. Raven was not going, and that's
She
why
went off
she
the
is.
deep end,
And that's why
yeah.
she is what she is now, because she did not
She's
want to
giving
follow
Orlando
that.
vibes now
you
with her
talking about-
wife. She's so awkward.
That Stockholm syndrome is what it looked
She's
like.
so awkward.
No, somebody said, because she's got a white wife, somebody said, what is it with black people and when they have a white partner, they feel the need to make a mockery of themselves?
Her wife
at every
admitted to
instant.
putting things in her spaghetti on an interview.
What she hold on.
She did a little voodoo on her?
Yeah. And
The
she
wife
said
did it?
her wife said she puts it in her spaghetti every single month.
You're
Like on an interview with all of them. I will show you. I
There's
swear.
no fucking
They
way,
sat on an
bro.
interview and Raven was like, and I eat it every month.
Nah.
Okay.
I mean, she
Hell
probably
no.
she probably eating it every night, so.
Touche.
Hey, look.
But now
Doesn't
she's
matter at this point.
But now she's crawling on the floor like Orlando.
No, like-
it's very performative.
It gets the people going.
Yeah.
But I like the Disney stars, like the older sister that played in Even Stevens, the Hilary Duff. Like, make your money, mind your business, and go, and then maybe come
Well, that's
back.
the thing, though. Hillary Duff left Hollywood.
She's in movies.
Now.
She's stacked up.
Is she fine?
Hillary is.
She disappeared, though. She
She
after
did.
Disney, she disappeared, and then like 10, 15 years later, she popped back up.
What's she doing now though? I ain't seen her now.
She's doing
Nothing
some acting and
but she
minding
is
her
doing
business.
some like small like roles and stuff, side movies.
Lindsay
type stuff.
Lohan did a good job. She had a mini crash out, but she's back.
Mini crash out.
It wasn't Amanda Bynes.
Mini. I mean, Amanda Bynes not
You
fair.
got Lindsay Lohan, you got Amanda Bynes. They're not that far apart.
But
Nah,
she
they kinda
disappeared
far,
for a
though. They
little
kinda far.
while and
They
then
kinda
came
far.
back.
Amanda though,
Amanda had to carry Nickelodeon Dolo. I don't blame her. That's
And
different.
did.
but all
That's
she did was
different.
on one show. That was it.
No, she had
No.
movies, all kinds, bro. She was
Amanda
never-
Bynes was that
Well, with
girl.
the show and the
Amanda-
movies, but after that, she disappeared.
Yeah, she
No.
went crazy, bro. She,
After her show and like
What
she
show?
had more than a
the
couple
Amanda
movies.
show, she didn't have any show after the Amanda
she had a
show.
couple
She had the
movies.
Amanda show.
She
She
had
was
the
on
movies.
all that. She was
That's
in
before Amanda show.
She was in almost
After.
every movie
After
in
Amanda show,
the
she had-
early 2000s.
she was in hella movies.
She was in a
And that's
soccer
when it sta-
movie.
that's when it started.
She was in all kinds of movies.
She was in a
I
bunch
swear
of shit.
her shit. Her movies happened
No.
as she was doing the
No.
Amanda
No.
show.
No, you need to look up her IMDb.
I was after, yeah.
Sis is stacked.
She was older. Like she was older. Like
She started crashing out on Drake. Like
She's the Man is probably the last movie she for real did.
now
That
she did
people
Big Fat
even-
Liar.
But she-
That was after Disney.
but like I said, she
all
carried.
three
Like
of
she was
them.
carrying all of that shit. Dolo. And that-
And when you watch that documentary, you saw all the other stuff that she was dealing with.
yeah.
So it's like I
She went through
understand
it.
her
Yeah,
crash
she went.
out.
Yeah, she went through it. Like I don't think there was another child star that carried as hard as she did.
Yeah,
For real.
her and Raven did pretty well.
Yeah, Raven did good.
I think Raven was the first.
Like you see them when they like you understand why they crashed out because it's like bro they was really carrying the fuck out their networks
And you got to think they've been working since they were
like tiny
4.
yeah Amanda
Even-
Bynes was young as shit.
I will say Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen have done a good job staying out, and they had the 90s in a chokehold.
But look
Look how
what
they
they had to
look,
go
though.
through. Yeah, they had to go through
They look
anorexia
like
and
they
all
went through
kinds of
some
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
We don't know people's medicals, so we're not going to comment on their appearance.
So that part, I get what
Because
you're
we
saying.
don't know what they have, because people get dragged all the time. Selena Gomez is dragged, and people forget she
Both
has
of them,
lupus
though?
all the time. I don't know if they have anything medical going on, so I'm not going to comment on their appearance. I will say they do appear to be rather
I'm not
thin.
saying I don't know if they drugged out or what.
They do
it
appear
just
to
looks
be-
like they've gone through something.
They seem rather thin, but I mean, as a woman, our weight changes. My weight fluctuates
No,
all
yeah,
the time.
definitely. Yeah, facts.
Like, I would hate to be under a microscope and people commenting on my weight. So I'm not going to make those. But I will say they made their money, left. They do a sprinkle of work here and there, and that's enough.
Your sister doing more.
Yeah. People
Oh,
forget
which?
that that's their
Elizabeth
sister.
I think they richer than bro. They ain't gotta do nothing, bro. They had a whole empire that gave them like $1 billion.
When
They
I
were
tell
child
you,
stars. But I
child
think the
stars
child
with clothing
stars
lines
were
and everything
like-
else.
That child star pipeline was bad anyway. Like
Terrible.
the industry was horrible.
It is horrible. It is. It's still happening.
I think it's changed. It does still happen, yes.
Look
But
at
I think
Sky
it's
Jackson.
changed.
I don't
I
think
just
it's
saw
changed,
that
bro.
video of that poor little girl.
You don't think it's
think it's changed.
gotten better?
No,
I think it has.
I think they're getting better at hiding it.
I don't know. I think
What
it's
you say?
different now. I think
Demi still went through her shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they still going through their shit. Bro.
And now I think you have the reality child stars. Like Kim Zolciak's daughter is on a new show. That Kim Zolciak is a Real Housewife of Atlanta, or was. Her daughter was on the show most of her life.
Her daughter got to pay for her bills and shit. From what I heard. Yeah.
She said, my mom spent all of my money.
Yep.
There's nothing left.
See, well, that comes into now the parent-child relationship. That's
Child to go into child stars.
I mean, like the fucked up shit that the networks used to do to the kids probably doesn't happen as much.
I think it does.
Like, look at the not after you come under a microscope, unless niggas
that
don't have to get better.
Did you not watch the Nickelodeon one? And he's still working for them.
Dan Schneider's not working for them anymore. They kicked him out before that documentary happened.
He said he was still doing freelance stuff. Him and that other guy.
He probably do freelance stuff for other networks, yeah.
I mean, so they're not getting fired. If all I'm doing is relocating you to a sister network, to me, that's not a change. Like, oh yeah, you're a pedophile. Just go work at their network. We're not going to persecute you, but just go over there. But at the
same time,
he ain't been convicted though. He make $1 million documentaries.
He was out of that entire documentary, he was just accused of being kind of strange.
I mean, he is.
He was accused of getting Amanda Bynes pregnant.
That wasn't him. That was a different Dan Schneider. There were two Dan Schneiders.
Crazy.
There's a Dan Schneider who worked on the show, and then there's another one who...
The chunky brown-haired one?
The brown one, that's the main one.
Yeah.
There was a second one. The main one, he didn't do that. Yeah. And it wasn't... He didn't get Amanda pregnant. No, that was Jamie Lynn Spears, I think. Or she got pregnant.
I only see one Dan Schneider when I'm looking at
another one. Like
Dan Schneider was not accused of doing. He was accused of being weird.
Yeah, he's just
weird. He's into feet and children.
Feet. I think, like I said, I think he was selling feet scenes, bro. Somebody high up was paying that man, hey, bro, I'll throw you $500,000 right now. You get so and so on the feet.
I think the only people on that documentary.
I'm only seeing one Dan Schneider.
Well, then maybe it was a different dude, but he's not.
I think you're thinking of the one that was accused of the guy from Drake and Josh.
Yeah.
The other one, but Dan Schneider was definitely. They said all they did was transfer him.
He might still be working, but like Kell said, he wasn't accused of any. He wasn't convicted of anything. The dude who molested Drake, yeah.
I think that's who you're thinking of. He got in trouble and got transferred. Was something
Schneider.
Let me see. Not them showing me Plankton as a villain.
I'm gonna keep it a bean. The Drake Bell joint. I'm a 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Cuz got caught up.
Oh, you talking about what happened with him later?
Watch him join Mexico, then he comes out later and say it happened to me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Like I hear you. You feel me? But it's a lot going on. And we know you a child star though. You feel me?
Brian Peck.
It was Brian Peck, yeah.
Everybody thought that he was part of Josh Peck people, right? That's what you talking about. Because everybody tried to tie in Josh with that dude because Josh's last name is Peck, and I don't think they have any relation, right?
But Dan had never gotten, from my understanding, Dan never got in trouble, and then that guy got in a little bit of trouble.
There were 3 people who got in trouble, but Dan didn't get in any trouble because Dan never, as far as they know, did anything to anybody
outside of being allowed to produce
except being weird. Yeah, as far as like towards the kids, but
he ain't never gonna come out and talk about
why
he's
so saying that like they've changed it.
If he was black, he would have been out of here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There's still a lot of like innuendos in a lot of those shows and movies. I don't think it's ever gonna stop.
No, it's not gonna stop. There's too much money in it.
That's in there. Well, the innuendos are in there for the parents.
Yeah.
That's they gonna always put sexual innuendos in movies and shit for the parents. Like they're like, yeah, we can add a little sex joke here. Kid won't understand it, but I don't know. I think that's just a part of the game. I mean, as a kid, I didn't understand half the sex jokes. That shit, more than half. Then as
you gotta go through and look at all the Easter eggs.
You're like, yo, wait, is this
wild?
That's crazy.
Wild.
But it's like, you know, it was meant for parents to be like, oh, haha.
I can deal with this while my kid is sitting in front of the TV.
And then if it goes too left, then and you got a parent that actually cared, they'd be like, hold on now. You can't watch that show no more.
Yeah.
But like, it was different. Like I think Powerpuff Girls had one about Professor X being like, oh yeah, my kids don't have a mother. And like somebody looked at him like, what?
Yeah. Powerpuff Girls had so many, like, all those had very, like, voluptuous shaped women that you never saw their faces. Like the red
Miss
hair.
Bottom.
Yeah. Dexter's
Bottom.
mom.
You saw her mom. She was
You
shapely.
saw her face. I'm talking about like the
Yeah,
shape.
She was shapely. Though.
Like there was
I
a
didn't
lot
know that
of-
though. I didn't notice that until after, like later.
I was always like, why
They
is
were
she shaped like this?
Dexter's mom had that
Oh, yeah.
wagon.
And like, why?
What? She
Tiptoeing,
did.
t.
Shout out. You know what I'm saying? Gindy.
But yeah,
You know,
that
Gindy's
was
a
just
freak,
during
though.
a different time, and I think now we just live in a time where people are very conscious of what's being created. The people who were offended are now the people making the stuff, so they're gonna make what they want to make. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't like it when it feels like it's
Force.
forced.
Yeah.
Like don't force diversity into something. Let me not say diversity. Don't force just anything into something.
Don't
If
force checking the boxes.
It's not like don't all of a sudden be like, oh yeah, we're making Superman and he's what's the word? I'm trying to think. Non-binary. Like
Yeah, why? How's that relevant to the story? I think keep it in. I don't care what it's.
I mean, they'll
what's
make a
happening.
new character and do that. I
Yeah,
don't know
but
if
just
you know
make it in line.
Superman's son is actually gay or bi. One of those. So
I was shocked when Robin was, gay? No, he's gay.
bi.
Wait till you guys
No,
watch
he's
the
bi.
Shadow King or the Shadow.
So there, and then
You'll see.
the thing
Who?
with she
The
talking about with what we were talking about
Sandman.
Sandman.
Oh, them folks be gay anyway. I mean, shit. Lucifer
You'll
was a girl.
they're
wasn't he?
Yeah.
demons. Like they float. They're
Yeah, they do
they're
it, yeah.
gender.
There's a lot of
demons.
fluidity in the
Yeah.
show.
It's like
But it doesn't
Doctor
feel
Who.
forced.
It's like Doctor Who. But I mean, that's how it works with Sandman. They're demons. They're spirits. They
Yeah,
don't have a
we
gender.
get that part. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
fine.
it's like explained in their lores, like they can do whatever.
in comics,
and
it
be
just
whatever.
felt like it was. It felt like it was forced only because,
what?
like, Robin, for example, was. I mean, we never. You know what
Well,
I'm
the
saying?
thing about it is, I'm not mad because it's like it's Tim Drake.
I mean, who cares? Yeah.
If it was like, oh, Nightwing's gay,
It's like how
then
they-
everybody would have been like, hold up, Nightwing
Or Bruce Wayne, like
Right,
sometimes
like,
it's just like how or
Batman,
Superman, like you're supposed to have
a person
Lois,
who
like
has been historically this way for almost 100 years, probably over 100 years, is now gay. That's just weird. We didn't have Tim Drake for that long. We probably had him for about 50, and he never had any real relationships. So it kind of makes sense. But either way, we kind of talked a lot about wokeness. Y'all have any final comments or anything about it? Any topic?
I
area
just
that
want
we
us
didn't?
all to get along.
Good luck.
I'll just never forgive y'all for what y'all did to the word.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I don't really care for the discourse.
Like I said, I don't like being played with. I just don't like.
If something doesn't have what you want in it, don't
Find
support
something
it.
else.
If this game covers women too much, find another game. Or just wait until a mod drops. Niggas make women naked with mods all the time.
Oh my god.
If
you
a
go.
game has too much women in it, go outside, bro. Like, what are you talking about? Play the game, nigga.
I don't understand a game has too many women in it.
Like, what is you talking about, bro? Like, niggas really pressed about a game because of how
Or a
women
movie.
are in it? What the fuck? Like,
Or a TV show.
I mean, that's another thing, right? Niggas not getting butt for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not. Y'all need to go outside, bro. That's the main problem about all of this shit. Y'all not going outside. Y'all not getting no butt. It is crazy.
Just go outside in general. I feel
Like-
like a lot of this is just go outside and
fuck
see
that.
people.
Go outside and get butt. Y'all need to actually like grasp onto a woman like for real, bro.
I'm
Like
over
y'all
here
really.
like touch grass.
and I'm
He's
dead
like,
ass
touch
serious,
women.
bro.
No, he said touch ass.
Like y'all need to go do something and not
Consensually.
pay, and not pay for it and not pay for it. You really got to work and go do that. You know what I'm saying? The right way, because if you don't do it the organic way, you're gonna be looking for temporary solutions,
That could be
non-organic
the next,
solution.
That could definitely be the next episode.
and that is really the problem.
Just the dating, like people
Y'all
don't
are
go
not.
out.
Y'all are paying for
People don't
for
want
cat.
to. People don't do it.
Y'all
like
not
that.
courting the right way. And the thing is, you don't have to. Every girl don't want you to have $500 million, bro. Like, you got to find the right one. Y'all ain't trying to find the right
'Cause there's
one.
a lot. I can say a lot for this.
Yeah.
You know what it is.
I guess
already
we
know
got our
what it
topic for
is.
next time.
The girl they wants them to have all that. They're not accepting the girls that they can get realistically.
Yeah, okay, y'all can't get them.
So-
And look, it's
You
like
can't be out here
it's
choosing like that.
And it's a billion of them, bro.
Shop within
It's
your
a
tax
billion.
bracket.
And then a lot of y'all niggas ain't even on dating apps. Y'all ain't even try. Like, y'all don't even attempt. Like, because y'all heard your homies always terrible. You do it, nigga. Why the? All right. See y'all next
We're
episode.
going to talk about it next episode.
Next
Thank y'all for
time.
watching. Make sure you guys are liking, commenting, and subscribing. Any other comments you guys got?
Bye, guys.
All right. Well, thank y'all for watching. All of our information is down below. Thank y'all for watching.